Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And we've got the absolute first look at the talents for the Holy Priest moving into Dragonflight. This is the foundation of the expansion. This is where the class design is going to pivot from, and it is very important that these are successful, which I can fortunately tell you right now are looking really juicy. It's definitely a good time to be a priest, and even more so a Holy Priest moving into Dragonflight. So if you want to make sure that you're staying up to date with news and changes towards World of Warcraft and you're ahead of the competition, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I am also trying very hard to make sure that this is a quality resource so that I can get to the 40,000 subscriber mark. We're very close, and I would appreciate your help in getting there. It's absolutely free and just lets you know when my content goes live. So let's jump into the content here of the video. Baseline abilities. The main one to point out is that you're going to be additionally getting Mind Blast, so you're going to be able to access the Shadow School when interrupted on Holy to get extra damage. Aside from that, nothing too major for baseline abilities on the Holy Priest. When it comes to class talents, the ones that really stood out to me is being able to potentially get Masochism and Shadow Mend. Again, shadow casted spells and Shadow School, which you weren't able to get previously. But as we get towards the bottom end of the talent tree is when you really start to get into the really strong options, such as the Holy Word Life, a word of holy power that heals the target. If the target is not below 20%, the caster will take damage equal to the amount healed. But if the target is below 20%, its healing is increased by 150%. It's instant cast and a 30-second cooldown. So potentially a lay on hands, just immediately blasting the target's health back up to full when it's below 20%, which you'll have to play the gamble with to get access to that, but it is an insanely powerful heal. And then the options to jump between Mind Games or a Shadow Fiend build for mana retention. I'm curious to see which options you decide to go for, given all of the choices, but it did seem like a healing output, mana return type of deal, or more offense with Mind Games in these overall class talents. If you want to see all of these specifically outlined, it will be linked in my Discipline Priest video at the end of this one, but there's nothing that really stood off the page, and I want to just kind of give you your bang for your buck here in this video for the Holy Priest. When we do now look at the specifics of the Holy Priest talents, the top part of it that we're looking at right now is more or less kind of baseline abilities, not a lot of choice that you're going to be going towards. The choice starts to expand towards the bottom end of the tree where you're going to start to have an impact, but Purify, being able to dispel, having your holy words work the way that you expect them to work right now in Shadowlands, Heal, Prayer of Healing, Holy Word Serenity, Holy Fire, and Holy Fire is something to pay attention to because there are a lot of talents towards the bottom end of this thing that make Holy Fire really bonkers, probably the most bonkers I've ever seen for Holy Fire. I don't know if that'll get changed, but when Alpha and Beta start coming through, I'm definitely going to be jumping on all of the specs. So if you want to make sure you're getting detailed information on your spec, you're going to be able to find it here on this channel. Holy Word Sanctify, just healing towards the ground. Chastise is still remaining throughout the talent tree. It looks like it's a 4-second stun right now, although it's nerfed in PvP right now in Shadowlands. Spirit of the Redemption, being able to resurrect, kind of that cheesy mechanic. I don't think it's going to work in PvP. Trail of Light, giving you extra healing on targets. Censure with Chastise stun. I think one of the biggest ones, which I'm hoping I didn't skip already, was Binding Heal, kind of making it a return as a baseline ability. It seems like they're giving a lot more abilities to priests that you could expand into with shadow abilities like Shadow Mend and Mind Blast for Holy, Prayer Mending for Shadow and Disc and Renew and stuff like that. I would have liked to have seen that for Druid, like maybe potentially things like Life Bloom moving forward over onto the other specs, similarly to the way we've seen priests here. Divine Star. These Divine Star and Halo have generally been talents that you don't really pay a lot of attention to, but when we look towards the bottom end of the talents here in a moment, you'll start to see why that they could be a really good option for Discipline Priest. It's really juicy. Choices between, here's Binding Heal, heals you and your target, another friendly target within 20 yards, reduces the remaining cooldown on Holy Word Serenity and Sanctify by 3 seconds. This was a talent, I think, that just made Flash Heal, I think, heal you and your ally, but now it's going to be an extra healing button onto your action bar. Choosing between a knockback, choosing between Psychic Scream cooldown reduction, just more healing in general to all of your parties. The return of Light of the Naru, the cooldowns of your holy words are reduced by an additional 33% when you cast relevant spells. Of course, Symbols of Hope, really powerful cooldown reduction, but not really anything new there. Piety of Mana, Cosmic Ripple will heal 15% more and restore mana. Again, focusing maybe a little bit on mana regeneration with the talents that are available here, or more healing output. Apotheosis continuing forward into this. this. Nothing new there in this regard. Burning Vehemence, I said that probably wrong, but is going to be really important. Reduces the cast time of Holy Fire by 50% and reduces its cooldown by 40% when fully talented. So really fast, big hitting Holy Fires is so far what I've seen for these talents. Gales of Song, Divine Hymn, Healing for More, Rune of Healing, Circle of Healing, reducing the cooldown of Holy Word Sanctify. These aren't new. Resonant Words, the Conduit coming forward from Shadowlands, Rune of Mending, Prayer of Mending, reduces the cooldown of Holy Word Serenity by 4 seconds. Again, just carrying forward the legendaries from Shadowlands. Holy Oration, spells that reduce the cooldowns of your holy words, reduce them by 10 to 20% more. Just continuing forward a lot of those types of mechanics. Searing Light, Smite deals 15 to 30% additional damage to targets affected by Holy Fire, and Holy Fire deals 15 to 30% additional target damage to targets affected by Holy Fire. And this is where you want to start to pay attention to, because we're starting to get return abilities and we're going to start to see really powerhouse spells. So Lightwell is coming back. I do not think that this iteration of Lightwell is going to be the same as the other ones where you kind of clicked it and you got to heal, or it just healed forever and was doing insane healing at all times. This version creates a Lightwell every 1 second. The Lightwell will attempt to heal a party or raid member within 10 yards, very small, that are lower than 50% health over 6 seconds. The Lightwell will last for 3 minutes or until 15 heals are expended, 3-minute cooldown. So I'm thinking in raid environments, getting this down as kind of a counter heal might be good. I'll have to wait and see how much that, if it's like instantly expended and how much it heals. But in PvP, if you're anticipating crowd control, dropping a Lightwell on your ally before they get stunned and before you get crowd controlled to heal them could be good, but it may fall flat ultimately, even though it's really cool to see Lightwell making a reappearance. Now we're looking into Divine Words. The effectiveness of your next Holy Word Serenity, Sanctify, or Chastise is increased by 50% and grants a corresponding divine favor for 15 seconds. Serenity, Flash Heal, and Renew, heal for more, critically strike more often, and cost less to cast. Very powerful effect. Sanctify blesses the area where it was cast, healing allies, and Chastise increases the damage, and Smite has a chance to apply Holy Fire, again with those buffs towards Holy Fire damage. And now the Pestle Resistance, the most insane talent that I have seen so far that jumped off the page, was the Imperial Blaze. Refreshes Holy Fire, so if you already had it on cooldown, you get it back. Your next 3 casts of Holy Fire cost no mana, incur no cooldown, and cast instantly. 3 charges of Palm Pyro from Classic WoW. 30-second cooldown. Every 30 seconds, you're going to get 3 Palm Pyros. And then the passive, whenever Holy Fire is reapplied, its duration is now extended. So you're going to get the extra uptime from the benefits of these other things to get more Holy Fire damage on the target and just go really powerful stuff for the Holy Priest here. Holy Priest got a ton of cool stuff. Interesting ways of rearranging how you want to try and build your priest. Again, when I jump into the beta and we can more specifically get it and see how it plays out, we'll get to see it play out there. So if you want to see that type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Other than that, thank you very much for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.